Hey, welcome back to the channel. Got a little something here, having some issues with the live stream last time, so there was something I wanted to go over, and then also some of the questions. The Q&A kind of got snapped short, so I wanted to kind of go through a couple things and wrap things up. I apologize about the stream shutting down on me, but I'm not sure exactly what it is, but I did update some things to hopefully not have that happen again. Hey John, how you doing? Patchy Smoke, good to see you. But yeah, I wanted to kind of go in here real quick and explain some of the things with baud rate. So after that live stream, I had some questions coming up. People are having issues with baud rate too low. So the baud rate to run 500 packets on the radio, the 400k hertz. So here's the thing, the 400k seemed to be fine until we got into the newer ELRS. So I'm seeing on Facebook where somebody will come on and they'll say, hey, you know, I'm having issues with my baud rate being too low. They'll get a message on their Lewis script. The people in there don't know what radio it is, what transmitter it is. There's no, you know, the person asking the question basically hasn't shared any information of what they're actually using. And the advice is always, oh, just set it to the highest. But that's not something you want to do. But I am finding that the newer ELRS, the 400K, isn't enough to run the 500 hertz. So I have a little message here, but we're going to actually jump over to the website and we're going to look at some of the things, because it's not really a good thing just to jack it up to the highest and call it a day. But yeah, the happy model. So the 5.25 mil is the for the ESP32 based module. So if it has that chip, then you're good to go. And then there's some things listed here. We'll jump over to the website and look at their chart, because I think it's the best example. But a lot of the telemetry loss, telemetry recovered, has to do with the baud rate and the hertz that are, you know, people are running. So I just wanted to touch on that real quick. Let's jump over to the website here and look at that chart. So here, you know, here's kind of the information where people should go and check this out. Hey, what's up, Custom? But yeah, here's some of the different baud rates. So we're good to go. Like, my video is over the I have the Happy Models Happy Model Slim Pro module on my Zorro. So as you can see here, the Happy Model, the ES900, and then also the ES24TX. So that would be the Slim Pro right here. So that's, we're safe to go with the highest baud rate there. But if you look on some of these other ones, like the Jumper T-Lite, and then also when working with some of the 900 systems, even, you know, the R9, you can't use very much baud rate at all unless you do the resistor mod. Same with the Tyrannus series radios. So there's a handful of things to look at. So like I said, in the description, I have a link to this website. This is a good 3 weeks reading. Like, you can spend a good 3 weeks just, you know, binging on this website. So, but just to give you an idea, when people go in and say, hey, you know, just go ahead and set it to the highest, it's not a good idea, because you'll see them back on Facebook going, man, my radio keeps saying telemetry lost, telemetry recovered, you know, that kind of thing. So yesterday's stream crash has really, like, chewed on me. I don't feel like I'm going to do that many live streams in a week, but it really did chew on the back of my neck. I didn't get to finish Q&A, so that was kind of a bummer. So that I wanted to come back. Let's jump over to the bench and check out chat. So it looks like a few people here. Yeah, John, that seems to be, it's kind of interesting, because it's frustrating when you see people give advice and they didn't really have enough information to kind of formulate an opinion. But and I am by no means am I an expert. This is not my job. This is my hobby. So, Technique, how you doing, man? Kevin, how you doing? I want to make sure that chat is moving in the window over here. It looks like it is. Yesterday, I had put that chat window in place. Like I said, I'm learning. Okay, I've done a few tests privately, and then I had a public test, and then yesterday's live stream. I was really feeling confident and good about it, and then it crashed at the end. But I was hoping that chat would come up in this window without too much latency, and then you'd be able to see. Looks like the bottom needs to be arranged a little differently. Let me see if I can change that without shutting the stream down. Oh, it looks like it popped up. I think the last one I'm looking at is John. Facebook advice can be so bad. Yeah. You know, a lot of times I'll read the question that people have, and I'll say, hey, you know, do I really want to intervene here? And especially when it seems to be unsafe. You know, you'll see people give advice. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose or not, but it's like, well, that's going to be a fire. So I'll usually pop in on those. I appreciate it, John. I try. That beginner to FPV has been a Facebook page that I've frequent quite often. Admin does a good job, and seems like there's a lot of questions. So I have the bench view. I would like someday I would like to have a camera point, you know, like do face to camera. I'm just not at that point. But for now, it's kind of neat to have my bench and then have chat on the side. Just in case you're wondering, I'm working on my super duper, should I say, super duper mega ultralight 244G 4S 5-incher V 5.1. So I've gone through so many iterations of this thing, but this HGLRC stack is just not holding up. They say it's 25 amp, but I'm surging it pretty good and it just ain't working out. So I got the I got the Mamba MK F740 in my other one, and it's doing pretty good. So this build's gonna go off. I don't know if I want to do a video on this or not. Do I work in IT? No, I have a background in electronics, and I was a field technician. So I worked on electronics for, I don't know, 20 years. And then I worked on equipment, so hydraulics and pneumatics, and I've done frame carpentry, electrical, plumbing. I've been around. But no, I'm not an IT person. Yeah, it seems like I'm just checking real quick to see what the stream health is. So yeah, everything looks pretty good. I'm not really sure why things crashed out on me yesterday. Yeah, exactly. I've done a lot of training, employee training. I was also an operations manager for General Electric. But yeah, I've had a few people come on and say, "Man, you really drag that out, or you just ramble on." But I'm trying to explain it two different ways so newer people, you know, figure it out. Looks like the chat, it's slow to respond on the live stream. So I'm seeing chat in real time, but on the live stream it seems to have quite a delay before anybody can see it. That's quite a delay. Let me look at that real quick. There, it just popped up. That's almost like a minute. But yeah, yeah, sometimes people can get a little overzealous on Facebook. It's pretty amazing though, because I mean, I know, John, you've been around for a while, but do you remember having to go to some of these hobby forums that like you would read 20 minutes, you'd be reading all this stuff and then it would just end. And you'd get to the end and there was nothing there, you know, and that was all there was. So Facebook, you could pop a question in there and get, 15 to 50 answers and then kind of decipher which one might work out for you. Yeah, RC group, that was one of them for sure. Well, yeah, it looks like I didn't really announce that I was going to come on. I just wanted to kind of go over that baud rate thing and answer some of the questions that I got on Messenger and email. After my live stream, I've gotten a lot of emails from people wanting me to help sell stuff. I'm not really doing any sales, so I'm kind of curious to wonder if anybody would be interested uh, in a build on this thing. Because I tell you what, this thing is absolutely, it's almost insane to fly. Let me see if I have that video. I just want to show you the beginning of this video so you can see this. Just takes me a little bit to navigate. I don't have one of those Stream Deck. That'd be kind of cool. One of those. I used that when I was announcing the UWL race with Isaac, the originator of UWL. He had a Stream Deck thing. Yeah, I don't know if Stream Deck, I think is what it's called, but you just push the buttons and it changes your screens. That's pretty neat. Sorry, kind of bleeped out there. See if I can find the chat window again. There, trying to figure that out. Yeah, the live stream is definitely different. It dries my mouth out. It makes me nervous. But yeah, this if I go to my playlist, there's a playlist. Oops, that's not what I wanted. From survival mode, to having enough money. Good grief. Where did it go? Yeah, build series. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's not what I wanted. Here we go. So the analog is 224 grams. Yeah, that dude is something else. So that ending the build video is that is just seeing it, trying to film it going around. Well, I'd like to get an actual mile per hour out of that thing just to see what it's like. Well, don't be nervous. You're doing great. I appreciate it. I'm trying. I don't know. I think this format will allow me to help a lot more people, a lot more, a lot faster, basically. But yeah, did anybody have any questions about things working on here? Things that you've seen on the channel. I think the next video, I think the next, my next live stream is going to be on a multimeter. I think I'm going to go through the different aspects of the multimeter. I do have, the playlist, quick tips playlist that goes over quite a few different things with the multimeter. But I think I might do a live stream on the multimeter, and I'm waiting. Vifly's sending me a smoke stopper, so I'm gonna check out the smoke stopper and kind of see things about that. And then they have a 1S smoke stopper that they're making. They're gonna send that to me as well. So I'd like to. I've always said I don't mess with smoke stoppers because I have a multimeter. But it's gonna be interesting to kind of see what it does and how it reacts. Robert, how you doing? I appreciate it, Robert. Y'all's encouragement keeps me going, I tell you. Today's a pretty cold day, and the ground is still mushy out. I did get 4 packs in yesterday. Unfortunately, 2 of the batteries are like 4 years old, so it was technically a 2-pack flight. But use your multimeter video. Bounce leads as a quick release today. Yeah, you're welcome, John. They were going to send me the toother. I just didn't want them to. I didn't want them to send it to me because I don't have any 2S. Everything I own is 1S. So I didn't get a tooth. I turned them down to sending me one because it's just, no need to send me one. I don't have any way to test it. You want to do a multimeter check, the bounce lead. Forgot how to do it. The balance lead. I don't know, my brain just stopped working there for a second. You're wanting to know how to check the bounce lead on a lipo, John? Snowing in -4. Oh man, I don't miss that. Yeah, at least it's like 40 some degrees here in sunshine. Yeah, if I'm building or I'm working on something, this multimeter's sitting right next to the bench for sure. All that the how to measure the bounce lead. I think I had that. Let me see here. So that's in my playlist in the quick tips. I wonder how to open this up without it actually playing though. It's kind of silly. Yeah, there was somebody actually that came on that said this bounce lead, how to measure a lipo. Oh, geez. Turn that volume off. So in this video here where I'm measuring the lipo bounce lead, you know, I don't think I had drawn out the leads. I think this is where some of the people, like I made the mistake in this video of not like going into detail. Oops. Sorry about that. The screen blinked out. So yeah, in this video, I had a handful of people mention that I went too fast, and I didn't explain the bounce lead. So basically, moving from ground. See, the bounce lead's in series, so the voltage it adds up as you go along. I thought maybe I would draw something out, so maybe people would have a better idea. But I think there was a couple people that were confused on how that worked going through it. My on-screen chat is frozen. Yeah, it's not doing so good. The on-screen chat, it seems to be kind of moving very slow. I think there's like a 1 minute difference. But it is current on the screen as far as I could tell, but it's definitely not popping up, and I'll have to look at that later and figure out. I'm worried if I mess with it now, it'll crash the live stream. So John, you said you made a 1S series charge harness in the video. I'll have to check that out. June Lock, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh, that's cool, John. I'm glad that helped. My go-to analog VTX. My go-to analog VTX nowadays. I hate to say it, but I'm liking the OVX. Let me jump over to the bench here. Just making sure that my video didn't go to. Sometimes YouTube degrades the video down to like 144, and like all of my videos on my channel are at 1080p, and I think these live streams are 720. But whenever I see my video playing on someone else's device, it's always 144. I just don't get it. So my analog My analog VTX is the OVX 300. This is an open source firmware that's on this VTX. This is great for like really small, tiny applications. So your whoops and your small, lightweight builds, things of that nature. I have the Zeus Nano, the HGLRC Zeus Nano in this one. It's done very well. And then also I have the Rush Tank. So those are the three VTXs, depending on, like if you're wanting to get, range, I go with the Rush Tank. This one does pretty well. Haven't had much issues with the HGLRC. And then for the really small stuff is the OVX 300. Yeah, if you're doing long range stuff, I don't really do long range stuff. There's really not any. I mean, I'm out in cow pasture areas, and there's not a whole lot of long range to do. I think I was running the AKK with the DVR built in. I was running a few of those for a while because you could bump them up pretty good. But yeah, analog seems to do quite well. I'm actually surprised how well the Vista does. The Vista, man, I really can go quite a ways with that thing. I'm pretty new to the DJI stuff as far as really owning it and like really messing with it. I've helped people fix it and organize things, but for me myself, I'm still somewhat new to it, so I don't have really any content. Go-to drone these days. There's two of them. So I've got my race whoop, and then I have my super duper. I think my super duper is kind of challenging me because it's have you ever flown like a really big quad, like a 10-inch propped quad? It's kind of like that, where you're not going to do like real flippy floppy kind of stuff. Let me so like this is my favorite is 3-incher. There's quite a bit of content on the channel for this. I really like this quad because this one hanging it. This one, the reason why, it's obviously these are the same identical quads, except for this one has the tack-in motors. They're very notchy motors. They're not as efficient. So I get about 4.5 minutes maybe on this quad. The same battery on this one will give me like 6 to 7 minutes of flight, but this is my favorite is 3-incher. This thing's just really insane. Now I've recently put a well, not recent, but I put a starlight camera, the toothless starlight camera. You see that the lens goes too far past the frame, so I'm gonna make a canopy or a way to get that back into the frame. But this thing's flippy floppy. This thing here, this is just insanely fast and unpredictable. It just makes it so much fun to fly. And then this one is the one that I'm working on currently. I'm going to be doing iNav position hold and waypoints and all that kind of stuff with him. So those are the kinds of ones that I mess with. The race swoops, of course, too much fun with that. And UWL, when it comes to UWL, that's an amazing amount of fun. So 3.5, 2-inch, 5-inch, 5-inch. So my go-to on 5-inch, let me. So this year is my first ever year. I've been racing quads for a while, and finally this year I have my race quads. I actually have a couple of them set up almost identical. So this is what I'm rolling with for this year. That's the open racer frame, CNC Madness carbon. Robert, you want 1.2 and 1.3 with a 5.8 repeater. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Put a just put a TPU bumper across the front. I tell you what, I was trying to impress the wife one night, and I perched on a street lamp, and then I don't know why, but I full sended it off of there, and I didn't know that my radio caught my jacket and put it in horizon mode, and it did like a wicked straight into a parking curb, and then shattered the front pretty well. So I don't know if I want to put a bumper or just sink it back into that frame. The isolation method, yeah, the isolated method, I did on this, and then my 5 inchers, except for the Rush VTX with the Maytech flight controller. No need to do it on that one. But yes, all of them except for Whoops. So in comments here, 1B674H, the isolation method is where I've taken the best FPV video ever where I wire the redundant grounds and then isolate the VTX and camera. I do that on everything except for my Maytech. Maytech does a pretty good job with filtration. I've not had any issues. I've got 3 Maytech flight controllers that I've not had to do really anything with. Yeah, a lot of different canopies. I actually cleared my bench, but I made this canopy for the top plate here. Actually, the TPU on the quad. Here's the current flying one, so you can see I created the TPU. I didn't give these files out because I'm actually using these as like a promotional giveaway on the channel. I dealt with Surge as far as doing giveaway on the frame from Pyrodrone, because this frame is Pyrodrone's frame. This is the UL5. So it's kind of fun to make your own canopy, but unfortunately I always end up with like 6 or 7 before I actually get one that I can use. CMYK, you made it. You finally caught me. That's why I gotta say, you gotta push the notification bell. Oh yeah. What does everybody do? Hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel. Oh, and also, kind of an interesting thing, I have an Amazon store as well. I think it's really neat to be able to put all those items that I'm using on the channel in one place. So it's kind of a neat little category. So I don't have to every time somebody asks me, hey, what do you use? It's kind of easy just to refer them to that. So I don't have to like go find the information every time. It's like right there. So it's kind of like having a file cabinet with everything in it. It's pretty neat. Robert, enjoy, man. I'm pretty much done. I just wanted to come on to the live stream here and kind of wrap up. I really feel bad that the stream crashed last time and people were asking questions and I didn't get to answer them. So that was kind of a bummer. Oh, Mike, that's cool. Got some 30 gauge. Oh, that spool of wire that I was talking about last live stream. This dude right here. This is some good stuff. Never really had any issues with it. And that's one thing about silicone wire. If you get some that the silicone's really, you know, even though it's thinner, it's squishy and it you can chafe it real easy. That's kind of bad for our hobby because we use zip ties on everything. Notification set. All right. Well, hey, I just wanted to, like I said, come in and finish that and show the baud rate in the beginning there. So a lot of people had asked me about the baud rate and the telemetry loss, telemetry recover problem due to not having the correct baud rate set up. So, and then question and answer. So I appreciate you all stopping by. I have my laundry machine right behind me I need to fire up. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy the breeze.